What's good, YouTube? Back again with another video, and today we have a comparison between four Jordan 3s. Where to start? We have the 2013 Fire Red 3, we have the Katrina 3, we have the Cardinal 3, and then we have the 2022 Fire Red 3, right? With the Nike Air on the back. So we're going to take a look at all of them, kind of show them a little bit as like a slight comparison video. So, listen. You may want to see the differences. You may have a couple in your collection. So let's get to the video. But before we get to the video, I want to give a super duper shout out to somebody who I think is like the original OG as far as when it comes to YouTube, especially quality videos and quality comparisons. So special shout out to MJO23 Dan. I know he's taking a little bit of a hiatus. He's focusing on other things in his life. But I would love for him to sprinkle maybe a collection video for us, or anything that pretty much can bring him back maybe a couple of times a year. He's done super great comparison videos throughout his YouTube career. I can't help but just give him some credit on this comparison video. So let me just show you the oldest one first. We have the 2013 Fire Red, as you see it here. Now, you can tell right off the bat, this is a dark elephant print, right? And it's usually not supposed to be this dark. Now, I know there's images of the OG with the darker elephant print, but it comes across as that probably is more due to age. If you look at an original Jordan 3 from 1988, it's more closer to the 22 than it is to the 13. But this is a great colorway. The leather on this wasn't that bad. And I'll be honest, this is around the time when the leather on Jordans were going downhill. I would say between 2012 to 2015 was really bad. And they had to put out the remastered stuff because the quality just wasn't as good. But all in all, not a bad sneaker. Of course, with this Jordan 3 and the age of this Jordan 3, stuff like this gets cracked pretty often. I think I may have repainted the midsole on this side just to kind of give it a nice fresh coat. That's just what it is, right? Jumpman logo on the back, pretty clean. So we have this 13, and then if we compare it to the 22, I mean, you see the elephant print differences right off the bat, right? As far as the cut of the elephant print, pretty low on both. I think they did a great job. They actually can go a little bit lower if you want to get as close as possible to the OG. The OG was a really low cut elephant print. The print itself is super dope, and the reds are pretty much identical, right? You do have the grays by the eyelet. I would say the gray on the 22 is just a little bit darker versus the gray on the 13. If we take a look at the back, of course, Nike Air is definitely different, but also the perforations on the leather where the ankle is different as well. Tongues are completely different. This is a more tumbled tongue on the 13, where the 22 is a smooth tongue. All right, we have red on the eyelets, as you do on both. Air bubbles have that white air bubble. And then the bottoms, they stay true to form with Nike instead of the Jordan that you see on the 13. Pretty dope. So this is the 2022 version. Really nice, man. I think this is such an underrated model. Personally, I think this is such a dope sneaker. Like, most people think of threes, they think of these two. They think of this one, white cement 3, which is my favorite 3 of all time. Maybe my favorite sneaker of all time if it wasn't for the Concord. And then you think of this one. Forgive me for the red laces. I'm going to put black laces back in it. but most people think of this one. But as you can see, right, elephant print on this one is definitely different than the elephant print on the 22, right? Much thicker elephant print on the 2019, 2018 variances of the Jordan 3. Same for this. You can see a difference there as well. Right? So, beautiful sneaker, man. I love the Jordan 3. And then, we're going to also compare it to the Cardinal. Cardinal 3 now is more of a deeper red. All right, we take a look at the Cardinal 3. We take a look at the Fire Red 3. This almost has like a purplish tint to it. You know, it's a beautiful color. So, I'm going to show you something real quick. Hold on one second, all right? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I think this is it here. So this is a Arizona Cardinals jersey, right? Now, this isn't your typical red jersey, period. Like this, you know, if you think of red jerseys in the NFL, this is a little bit of a different color, okay? Now, to me, this Cardinal red jersey, by the way, this is a Pat Tillman authentic Mitchell & Ness jersey. This Cardinal red jersey really goes well with this Arizona Cardinals jersey, right? I mean, my eyes are deceiving. So the reds are definitely a little bit different on the Cardinal red. Looks fantastic. I love the glossy red that they put on it. And then, of course, they added the curry color or gold, however you want to put it, on the midsole as well. Elephant print where the eyelets are. So, clean sneaker. But the reds is what I really want to compare. And in comparing them, and this is also a flat red. So, glossy red, flat red. But in comparison, definitely a much different color. They also made this really long on this side and even on this side. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen the color come on the medial side all the way. This may be the first time I've actually seen that. So, yeah. And then, of course, on the Fire Red, they cut it short on the medial side. So, pretty cool. But this is both Fire Red and Cardinal Red, so you get a little comparison there. And then the last one I'm going to show you is one of my favorites, man. This is a white cement with a fire red, had a baby. So, other than the gloss red paint, right, which is what we see here, I mean, let's bring it back out. Right, free throw lines, by the way. So, you have these three, and it's like this one and this one. Pretty much, it's a white cement 3, right? Except where it's black on the back here, it's red. It's a gloss red. Fucking beautiful. This is probably my favorite non-OG colorway. But we're going to bring it back to the comparison. So the comparison, you can see the differences. This is certainly a flatter red. I think they're both fire red, if I remember correctly. But because this is a gloss fire red, it's definitely different. Right? As far as elephant print's concerned, pretty much the same, except this one's a little bit lighter on the gray. This one's a little bit darker. And as far as thickness of the elephant print, again, the 2022 version is a little thinner. Leathers are about the same for the most part. Grays are the same on the bottom. Such a clean shoe. They've made definitely a better version of the 3 in the later years. Like the most recent Jordan 3s, 2020, 2021, 2022. I think the Jordan 3s are much nicer. So, that is that, right? And just to show you, I guess, all the Jordan 3s that I'm comparing, We have the Cardinal 3 in this nice glossy red. Like a different type of red though, right? And then you have the 2013 Fire Red. I'm going to put this one away. And then you have the Katrina Fire Red. Beautiful shoe, man. I love this sneaker. Definitely a sneaker that I would get multiple pairs of. And then the latest, greatest Fire Red Jordan 3. Very clean. We're going to try to get a good shot. Beautiful. So there you have it. That's my little comparison of the Fire Red Jordan 3 2022 compared to the others. Very close in colorway. Glad to show you guys this comparison. And on that note, I hope you guys have a good one. Go check out, by the way, this whole thing almost dinged me in my head. Go check out my Fire Red styling video, I guess you want to call it, or how it just looks with Jordan jerseys, which is really what it is. Go check that video out. And again, we'll catch you on the next one. All right? Everyone have a good one. We out. Peace.